Hello Aries, and welcome to your 2025 money reading. All right, my name's Desiree, also known as IntuitiveGems. Whoa. And I feel really excited. I really do, Aries. And when I feel excited, that's a good sign. Look, you're taking massive action as we move into October. So what do we need to know for the sign of Aries as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of October 2025? Ooh, these cards are slippery. What is that telling me? We got the Emperor. All right, so a decision is made in your favor in the beginning of October, Aries. All right, so use that to your advantage. It's going to help you make money. And you're taking massive action here. You're actually moving past a people-pleasing energy. And that gives you more money. Right? Because you're not feeling guilty like you have to spend money or give somebody money. That's what I'm getting with this card here. Now, we also have the Guru. The Guru is a card unique to this tarot deck. And when I see him show up, this means that you know more than you think you do, but you're not giving yourself enough credit when he shows up in the reverse. You don't need to look outside of you for anything that you want, need, or anything. The other aspect of the Guru card is that it means that you have the power to unlock whatever it is that you're trying to do. I feel like some of you need to play a bigger game here. It's not about going to work and doing the same things over and over, but it's really about something that you have a gift in, and that is the thing that's going to unlock the riches that you are looking for. And I feel like you explore that in October, because I also feel like this is money you don't see coming. Because maybe you feel like, well, I can't do that, or I don't know how to do that, or it's not the right time. Whatever the case is, all of that is just external noise, and you're getting in your own way of making the money you want to make. All right, Aries, I think that's just the best way to put it. Now, we also have the Four of Cups. Again, similar to this Six of Pentacles, you got to say no to something, and you need to get things in order. That Emperor card in the reverse is telling me to tell you, Aries, you've got to get your stuff in order, because the money is there, but sometimes we're so scattered, or we're so, all over the place, that we're getting in our own way when it's time to make money. Now, that's what I'm seeing here. Decisions are made in your favor. You're taking the right actions. You're saying no. You have what you need. The Guru is also a card sometimes that talks about, you need to trust yourself more. And I know sometimes that's hard to do, especially when we don't know what the heck it is that we're doing. Right? Like sometimes you don't know what you don't know, but you still have to trust you before you trust something outside of you. All right? So, and like I said, I feel like, whoa, look at that. Yep. Now, once you get this clarity within yourself, you unlock all this. Look at this. King of Swords. Remember, he's diabolical in removing the things he does not need or does not want or do not serve him. Judgment. Let's see. Ooh, okay. Things are getting good, Aries. Things are getting good. All right. The money you didn't see coming is here. So we talked about being diabolical, about removing the things you don't need and you don't want. Now that Six of Swords is like a lot of the signs have been getting this card. I think because, we're at that time of year where travel, we're making plans to see family for the holidays, or, maybe some of us are traveling for, work or something like that. But that's what I'm seeing here, travel. Looks like you may be changing your travel plans to some degree, all right? The Ace of Pentacles, like I said, that's good news as it relates to money. This is also a brand new source of income. So this is what I was talking about. When I said the money you didn't see coming is showing up in October, here it is in that second week. So it's about you having the clarity and making the decisions and cleaning things up, getting organized so your money can flow to you. That's what this Emperor in the reverse is. Because when things are chaotic and scattered and disjointed, it makes it really hard to create channels, maybe multiple channels, of money for yourself. Excuse me. We also have the Judgment card. The Judgment card is a card that talks about self-improvement, which means there's some things you need to learn, Aries, in order to really achieve the things you want to achieve. It's not that you're incapable, there's just something you don't know. And when there's something you don't know, that's what you need to kind of focus on learning or adapting. Then look at this. We got the Ten of Cups, one of the most positive cards in the deck, and a beautiful card to see in a money reading, because this is what I'm talking about. There's money that you didn't see coming that's showing up in October. Now, doesn't mean you're going to win the lottery. I don't know. But you're still going to have something good, positive, profitable, beneficial for you as it relates to your money in the month of October. So get ready for that, Aries, because it's definitely coming. I see the biggest shifts happening for you in the second week of October. All right, so let's see what else is showing up for my Aries. For the month of October 2025. Nice. Okay. Look at that. Would you look at that? And the money power just keeps on moving, because now we're in the second half of October, and look at this. You've made a decision. You're super clear about what you want, how much money, how you're going to make it, how you're going to spend it, invest it, save it, whatever the case may be. We also got the Five of Cups, which means no regrets moving forward. This is a very powerful place to be. Now, when I talk about power, I also mean like energetic power, but I also mean financial power, right? Because once you start embracing the decisions that you've made, you don't have to worry. You really don't. Because now it's all about building on what you've already done. And that's where the Magician comes in. The Magician is the ultimate card of alchemy, meaning you have whatever you need in order to create whatever you want. You are not lacking in anything. Now, here's though where a lot of people get tripped up, because they don't understand that sometimes you have to create your own opportunities. And usually it means doing something you're not comfortable doing, or something you don't fully want to embrace, like showing up, being public, initiating contact with somebody, asking somebody something. Usually it's about you doing something you're very uncomfortable with, something that you're scared of. But once you do it, I'm telling you, you unlock so many opportunities. All right, Aries, so we got the Page of Wands. This is unexpected news as it relates to your work. But then we got the Page of Cups, and this is wonderful news. This is an offer or an invitation coming your way that happens roughly as we start the second half of October. Then we got the Six of Cups. This is you reconnecting with someone or something from your past. And it's a beautiful reconnection. And I also think that there's an opportunity to make money by reconnecting with this person. All right, so like I said, I have a feeling you're going to be very surprised, Aries, because I keep getting this over and over. There's money you don't see coming. There's money you don't see coming. And you start putting things in place, and then the money starts showing up. The money starts showing up. But remember, you got to step out of your comfort zone. You're going to have to do something scary. And when I say scary, it's scary to you. It may not actually be scary, you know, like sending an email, making a phone call, like that's not scary. But maybe, you know, reaching out to that particular person is very scary for you. That's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. If you can find the courage to move past that fear, that's when things are going to unlock for you, especially financially. All right, Aries, so let's see what else. All right, what else do we need to know for the sign of Aries? Ooh, we got that travel card again. As it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of October 2025. Look at that. You've got a lot of announcements and news happening, especially in the second half of the month, Aries, because you got 3 pages. Wow. Okay, so you're going to have to say no to something. And I feel like a lot of us are going through this. You know, we got to say no to some things. You got to eliminate some things. All right, someone's going to ask you something and it's not going to be a fit and you're going to have to say no. And it is going to be something money, work, career related. You're planning a trip. Maybe you may actually be traveling at the end of October, or you make plans to travel at the end of October. We got the Empress card. The Empress card is that card of creativity. This is about creative sources of income. I feel like a lot of you are creative enough to make money by monetizing your creativity. That's what that card's telling me. Then we got the Queen of Pentacles. Remember, she is very cautious and conservative. She doesn't take any unnecessary risk. So make sure you're doing things that you fully understand and you're not overextending yourself in any way, especially financially, especially towards the end of the month. Now we have the Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles is unexpected news as it relates to money. I don't want you thinking like, oh my gosh, is this going to be something bad? No, no, but it's just something unexpected. And that's kind of the whole theme of your reading. Like I said, it's money you didn't see coming. Or it could be something money related you didn't see coming. Like maybe you didn't realize you just made the last payment on your credit card bills. Maybe you didn't realize that, you know, you got a raise and you didn't pay attention to it, you know, on your paycheck stub, whatever. It's something that surprises you, something you had no anticipation about, something you had no, you know, feeling one way or another about. That's what that card is indicating. So Aries, as we look at your reading overall, it's about, like I said, money you don't see coming, but it's also about reevaluating how you're showing up and why you're doing what you're doing and moving past those fears that are holding you back from making the money you want to make. And I'm telling you, everybody has to go through this. We all have to break through those patterns that habitually keep us stuck or keep us down in some way. I know I've had to do it and I'm in the process of expanding and things are moving, things are growing, things are happening. And I feel like that's really the tipping point for you, Aries. It's really just about how ready are you to move past and embrace something that has kept you stuck, something that you've been afraid of, and now you have to come to the point where, yes, this is scary, but I'm going to do it anyway. That's what I'm seeing here, okay? So the money is there, but you're going to have to move past your fear. And I know it's not easy, but I'm telling you, it is so worth it. It is so worth it, Aries. All right, so that's what we're looking at as it relates to the month of October 2025. Well, let's close out your reading with a Halloween Oracle card. Ooh, look at this. All right, so you got the card Night Song, and look, it says Hidden Talents, Hidden Talents. Now, I think we kind of touched upon that in your reading, in the sense that you can monetize your creativity. You really can. All right, so think about that, Aries. Think about how you can do that, because you've got a lot of hidden talents that you're not utilizing to the best of your ability. All right, Aries, that's what I got for you. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it was helpful. We'll do it all again next month.